We see a world where there is a direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature.
October's focus is on individual transformation as a way of transforming our whole world. It's based on this idea that we have at the Center for Spiritual Living that transformation in the world begins with transformation in the individual's consciousness. Now, transformation means change, and consciousness means something like awareness. So one might ask, awareness of what? Of everything, of reality. And the idea is that as an individual's awareness of what is really going on changes, that's when the world begins to change. Perhaps because in that change we start to understand how all of life is connected. And we realize that even how we handle and express our emotions matters, and we begin to understand that our thinking is impactful and creative because everything touches everything else in life. Interesting thing, people cannot be forced to change. They can be made to comply. We can force a person's behavior to change, but it only lasts as long as it lasts. Until their individual consciousness changes, nothing really changes, not for them and not for the world. Which is why at the Center for Spiritual Living in our teaching, the focus is on working in our individual consciousness to grow that so that we become more aware of reality. So we can get to know what is going on inside, what is actually the nature of my true self, so that we can live from that. And we call that transformation. It could be described as the change from sleepwalking through life to living more awake to what is available to us. People can be closed off to what is actually going on in their minds. Now, I'm not talking about what are they thinking about, because you and I can know what we're thinking about and still be closed off to what is actually going on in our minds. Because in addition to what a person is thinking about, underneath all of that thinking activity, at the very same time that we're thinking about this and thinking about that and thinking about the next thing, all the while, at the same time, there is a state of being. Some call it the presence. Some call it reality. It's a state of mind that is common to all people. Call it creation. Call it the sound of creation. It's silent. It's wise, rich, embracing. And it's the truth. And it's non-denominational. And it's non-partisan. And it's non-judging. And it's non-violent. And it does nothing to push itself into the foreground of our thinking. It remains where it is, as it always has been for eternity, forever and ever and always and now. It is there, in you, now. A person can be closed off to that. They can be closed off to what is actually going on in their minds, and sometimes that shows up as also being out of touch with their feelings. And I think that when we've closed ourselves off to what is going on in our minds and in our feelings, we shut the door to the infinite universe that is available to us within, and without access to that, we cannot and do not hear the still, quiet wisdom of our intuitive voice, because we may have become numb to what is really going on inside. Shakti Gawain wrote a book in which she gives an exercise for how to get under the layer of the thinking to the feeling tone. And in this exercise, she suggests that when we wake up in the morning, we close our eyes and put all of our attention on the middle of our body, heart, solar plexus, abdomen. And then we ask ourselves, how do I feel emotionally right now? Trying to distinguish the difference between the thoughts in my head and the feeling tone. She writes, are you feeling peaceful, excited, anxious, sad, angry, joyful, guilty? And if there seems to be an unhappy or upset thought inside of you, go into that feeling and give it a voice. Ask it to talk to you and tell you, what is it feeling? Really try to hear it and listen to its point of view. Be sympathetic, loving, and supportive toward your feeling. And ask, is there anything you can do to take better care of yourself? And if that exercise is not for you, perhaps it's not appropriate for where you are in your emotional life at this moment in time. There are other exercises, simple and safe, that we can use to get into contact with our eternal life below the noise of thinking. A gentle and safe way that I love is one that I do often. You take a week, like this week, for example, go to Stepping Stone's bookstore and you buy 7 greeting cards for the week. And then you make a ritual out of it. Every morning before you do anything else, you take a card and you write a note of appreciation, a thank you note to someone in your life, explaining to them how they have touched your life. Oh. Now, whichever one of these exercises you try, or any of them like that, I think a person doing this exercise is going to feel their hearts expanding in warmth. And I think what is really happening is that, well, it's because we've started to use that part of ourselves that is already there. That is there now, and it feels naturally good and warm to use it. We come alive with feeling and inspiration when we turn to it. Turning to it causes us to change. Perhaps because when we live from it, we may realize, my thoughts may be judgmental, and there is that within me which is not. My feelings may be stuck, and there is that within me which is not. My ideas may be rigid, and there is that within me which is not. My spirit may be downcast, and there is that within me which is not. And this way, it turns out that I live in this world as it is, taking one day at a time, communing with that which is already within me. The love, the kindness, the empathy, the compassion, the generosity, the intuition. That is what is already inside of you and me. And the miracle of it all is that when I turn to it, it comes alive. When we start to use what is already in us, it comes alive. And our lives will feel changed when we do. Perhaps we will start to notice. We'll make better choices. We'll say more compassionate things. We'll think more powerfully creative ideas. We'll love more inclusively, and we call that transformation, change. And yet, the only thing that changed is my consciousness. Reality stays the same. And what is real and has always been real is that we are already spiritual beings. We are already part of creation's glory. We are already able to love a deep and strong and powerful love. It's just that we forget it from time to time. Oh, and the day when we wake up, in that moment of remembering, when we wake up and we listen more to our hearts and to our intuition and start living from our own spiritual selves and abandon more and more the voice of competition, being right, control, and hate. Oh my goodness, that day. I heard a speaker say, it's not the thing that you hate that is the cause of your problems. It's the hate. And I took that sentence and I restated it. It's not the thing that you love that is the cause of your joy. It's the love. It's when you love that you experience joy. It comes alive in you. It's when you share and you listen and you help and you care and you contribute and you share that you experience meaning. That's when it comes alive. And learning that, learning about my own mind, learning how to use my own intuition, learning how to express the powerful feelings in my own being, in my heart, that has been priceless for me. And that is why I adore the Center for Spiritual Living. And why I am committed to being a teacher at the center, so that I can share the teaching that has literally transformed me, changed me. Here's a question for October, a question for you to answer to yourself. Why do you love the center, if you do? What do you experience here that has worth and value? Where do you see the evidence of transformation in your life? For those of you who are regulars here, you know that I ask this question because this is the month, once a year in October, where we have our giving intention month, where we ask you to disclose what will you be giving financially to the Center for Spiritual Living next year, January through December, so we can plan our budget. And asking you for that information is just one part of it. I want to invite you today to connect your giving intention to your heart and your mind by asking yourself, how is it that they are fed here? And here's why. I don't mind telling you that we have had a tough year financially this year. Things could change, yet at the moment, we're looking at ending the year with a deficit. We're not panicked, because we've still got 3 months. And I can ask you to help us make that shortfall by setting aside something extra weekly for your center. And even more importantly, We're excitedly looking forward with you to an incredible year of learning and inspiration in 2017. Our theme is going to be values-based spiritual living. And we're excited about that. And for each person who completes a giving intention form in the month of October, we've got a gratitude gift for you. When you open your gratitude gift, there is a calendar, values-based spiritual living, with photographs and affirmations that relate to the theme for the whole year to keep you on track. But wait, there's more. Inside the packet, there is an interactive journal for 2017, values-based spiritual living, with the photographs from the calendar to keep you on the same page, and a science of mind quote and prompting question for every single week of the year. But wait, there's more. Not only will you receive a thank you card, handwritten and personalized to you from one of our team members. When you open the card, inside it will be an exclusive invitation available only to those people who fill out giving intention forms in the month of October. It says a gift from Dr. Edward to you, and what it is an invitation to an exclusive workshop opening yourself to receive on January 1st, 2017, to set yourself in the right direction for the year. Isn't that wonderful? I love what Dr. Karen Norton wrote on her Facebook page when she learned all about these gifts. You don't know this, Karen, but I brought it with me from Facebook. She wrote, "Oh, goody, gifts. I love gifts. However, this is not why I fill out my giving intention form. I do it because I love my center and I want to see it prosper and continue for generations." That went right to my heart. And what I love is that my automatic giving is so easy. I have mine taken out on the 5th of the month, which makes it the first item paid each month. Thank you for making it so easy. Straight to the heart. And again, the question, why do you love the center? What do you experience here that has worth? And would you like to see it continue for generations to come? I do want to take some time in our service to explain what a giving intention form is. This is what it looks like, and I want to explain how important it is to receive one, because literally it helps us function as a center by putting our attention and creativity on creating quality programming instead of fundraising. So if you completed one in the past, it doesn't automatically renew. You get to go into the social hall and declare all over again your commitment. It's not a bill. It's a commitment that is self-managed. I know when I make a commitment to something, it strengthens the connection between me and that something. And I'm asking you to strengthen your connection to the center today. It's possible that you come here because you find some benefit in doing so. And it's possible that you already give something financially. And the question is, are you willing to tell us what that is so we can plan? It doesn't matter what the amount is. What does matter that we each step forward and participate in any way we can to keep the center's doors open. So this is how you do it. You ask yourself, what am I already giving? If it's $50 a week and you come 52 weeks in the year, you multiply that out and you put it down there. Or if it's $2 every other week, you add that up and you write it down there. And if possible, can you increase that amount over last year's? We'd welcome that. And if you're tuning out right now to what I'm saying, because you don't think this applies to you, or you don't plan to participate, won't you please drop me an email? Or come and speak to me in the social hall afterwards and tell me what's going on in your life and give me the opportunity to invite you into a closer relationship with the center. Because make no mistake, lives are changed through your contributions. Here's a letter of appreciation from one of the nonprofit partners we've selected, from the living room. Dear Center for Spiritual Living, and that's you. There are not enough words to express our gratitude for receiving the honor of being selected again to be one of the nonprofit partners for 2017. Wow, she writes. Your generosity and support fills our hearts with such gratitude. Yes, working with homeless women and children has its challenges, so receiving your spiritual support lifts us up. Thank you again and again, Celeste Austin, Director of Special Programs, The Living Room. Priceless. Series Community Project. You are the heart of Series Project. Your contribution reinforces our commitment to making this life-changing and life-saving difference for thousands of families and the teen gardeners and chefs who grow and cook meals for them. Series helps young people grow in confidence and purpose as they gain skills and discover their power to make a difference in their community. Priceless. Now, next week, I will share with you the nonprofit partners that we have selected from your nominations for us to partner with next year. And I'll also share with you more about 2017's program, Values-Based Spiritual Living, a grassroots voluntary year-long theme that hundreds of centers are joining in together with. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, he had a radio program, I think in the 50s, and each week the program began with these words: there is a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. Here's what he didn't say. He didn't say that we can use that power to do something or to do nothing, to connect or to isolate, to help each other or to refrain from helping anyone, to create beauty or to create ugliness, to participate or to step back and observe. That is the nature of the power that is in us. That is the nature of the love of the universe, that it will not impose itself upon us, but leave us free to express ourselves in whatever way we wish. It's a blessed privilege to have access to that kind of freedom. And it's a blessed privilege to be on this spiritual journey learning about it with you. And sincerely today, I'm inviting you to play a part in our future together by completing a giving intention form today. I invite you to breathe in with me and to exhale, letting your eyes close as we each one turn within in an attitude of prayer to recognize that presence, that power within, by whatever name we call it. And even beyond all names, the felt experience of it as eternal, everywhere present, all-knowing, the source of all that is. So that we may re-identify ourselves as one with it, and through it, one with each other, part of all beings, all people, all creation. And as we realize this together, it evokes in us the awareness of that within us, which has always been present, coming forward to inspire our choices, clarify our vision, and love through our hearts. And we let that awareness continue its work of continuous transformation, allowing us to see endlessly the more of what is possible for us to bring into this world. And that is something to give thanks for. And so we release this word of prayer into the law of God, which responds to us with an affirmative agreement. And we say, and so it is. Now I invite you to breathe in again deeply with me and to sigh.